FBI is now investigating this as a terrorist attack. 8 people were killed and over a dozen injured. Foreign ministers say 5 of those killed were from Argentina. Another was from Belgium. Sayfullo Saipov is in custody tonight, and we've learned he lives in Florida and works as a truck driver. Now, he also has a record in Missouri. Tonight, we've uncovered Saipov was ticketed for a minor brake violation when he stopped at a scale house along I-29. That was in Platte County. And then a month later, he was arrested in the St. Louis area. This is the mugshot they took of him as he was booked. Authorities say today he left a note that did reference ISIS. President Trump put this out on Twitter tonight. He says, "I have just ordered Homeland Security to step up our already extreme vetting program. Being politically correct is fine, but not for this."
Our in-depth coverage of this story continues now with KCTV5's Rudy Harper. And Rudy, you spoke with someone who's had years of experience investigating attacks.
That's right, Ellen, and he says it can happen anywhere, even here in downtown Kansas City. But there are layers of protection here in the entertainment district. It's not obvious tonight, but right here, steel pillars do go up. Also, it's just one defensive measure police deploy when it gets busy down here. A terrifying scene in New York City.
You never know.
Michael Tabman is a retired FBI special agent and has worked in NYC. He says the victims were soft targets and the suspect took instructions from a terror group.
They used a methodology that's been proposed by ISIS as being very effective, using vehicles to mow down innocent, defenseless civilians.
As terror threats grow, Tabman says law enforcement agencies, even municipalities in the Kansas City area, are finding effective countermeasures to protect large crowds. Some efforts are highly visible on purpose, while others are much more subtle.
In Kansas City, you can still find crowds, and if they don't find it on daily commuters, they can find it at other events, unfortunately, and that's why we have to be more cautious when we see crowds and maybe do different security than we did before, maybe different barriers that will keep vehicles out.
Some protective practices can be traced all the way back to the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995 and, of course, September 11th. Tabman says it's practically impossible to catch a lone wolf, but law enforcement agencies at the local, state, and federal level work around the clock to detect and circumvent would-be terrorists.
Their goal is theater. Is to get attention. They get that by mass casualties. That's what they're looking for. Mass casualties that will get a lot of attention.
Tabman says the goal of these terror groups is to keep people in fear. That's not the case tonight. We've seen people out here in the Power and Light District. He also says you can help law enforcement by just reporting anything that you may see suspicious. Live in downtown, Rudy Harper, KCTV5 News.
Thank you, Rudy. Tonight, Missouri Governor Eric Greitens is also tweeting about the attack, and a few minutes ago, he wrote this: "Prayers and thoughts with NYC tonight. Cowardly, despicable act of terrorism. Proud to see the brave response of the NYPD. Hashtag NYC Strong." For the very latest on this still developing story, stay tuned to our website or the KCTV5